not so sure about.
John Young could be a future mid-card.
He's the Matt Hardy to the Hardy Boys. He's the Christian to Edge and Christian. He's the Devon to the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, I consider him more Devon to the Dudley Boys in consideration towards Edge and Christian, who are two pretty much balanced out guys.
They're not. Edge is always been. No, I'm talking about what their roles are going to be in the business.
You're going to say Matt and Jeff are the cruiserweights. It's hard to call that. I mean,
Jeff was champion.
Yeah, if you're going to consider that, you're going to say more Bubba and Devon, especially in TNA, because Bubba is such a strong, competitive powerhouse.
True.
So he's great. That's the Titus O'Neil. Yeah, Tessin, no, I can't really say Tessin Albert.
No, they're both jobbers.
They're both big guys.
Yeah, they're both jobbers, though they didn't make it in the company. Still, Tensai still hasn't.
No, I can't even say Triple H to Shawn Michaels.
No.
I'm trying to think of big guy, small guy.
Big Show to Spike Dudley.
Kane and X-Pac.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Titus O'Neil is the Kane to Darren Young's X-Pac.
That makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I have to say, Sin Cara, since he started teaming up with Rey Mysterio, outstanding.
He's improving so much. He's really getting a chance to show off his talent.
He really is.
Having to tire himself out towards the end of a match.
He can take his rest, and he's not botching as much. Now, he botched on Raw. Or was it Hell in a Cell? No, I would think it was Raw. He botched on Raw, and he banged his head. That was
on Hell in a Cell.
Oh, it was Hell in a Cell, sorry, it was, yeah. He smashed his head off the ground badly. He botched that himself. It was his own fault. But that was one botch in the match, and he was very entertaining. Rey Mysterio does his normal stuff, and he's entertaining. As I was getting sick of Rey Mysterio in ring, but now that he's in a tag team, he's not in the ring all the time, and he can come in and entertain, which is perfect for the position that he's in now. He's too beat down, too injured to be doing full matches himself. The next match then was the Divas match. And it was one... No, it wasn't the Divas match, it was the World Heavyweight Title match.
It was the best match of the night.
Best match of the night.
And that's shocking for me.
Sheamus and the Big Show. You were dreading this match.
Yeah, I like, as much as Sheamus, he's Irish, I was like, yeah, you go Sheamus, you're Irish. But Sheamus has annoyed me for the past couple of months, so he's barely lost since WrestleMania. I've been so sick of Sheamus.
Go on to Sheamus.
I was pretty much, Sheamus was going to win.
Come on, fella.
I was pretty much, Sheamus will win this match. Why? Because he's Sheamus, that's why.
Go on, Sheamus.
Sheamus doesn't lose.
We don't want Sheamus to lose. But this match, I predicted Sheamus.
I predicted Sheamus as well. Simply because Sheamus doesn't lose. Hashtag Sheamus doesn't lose.
Hashtag the ginger finally snapped on Raw. But how ever. He said that himself, it was hashtag ginger snaps. It was great.
Hobnobs too. Why not?
Yeah, someone retweeted that to him.
Really?
Yeah. It was great, it was very funny. I have to laugh. But this match was incredible. Big Show really took it to Sheamus. Sheamus took it to Big Show. The ending was so good. Sheamus
genuine injury.
Sheamus kicked out from the knockout punch. Big Show kicking out from the bro kick. Sheamus was such a good person to fight the Big Show because you could see the welts appearing on his chest almost immediately. Any damage
from the chops.
Any damage that was done to Sheamus, you could see on the skin straight away, as you could probably see on mine. But however, it was. Big Show was incredible in the match. The only downfall I can say about this match was when he won and he started crying in the ring. He's meant to be the big monster. He's meant to be the demon. He's meant to be this big powerhouse. I get it. It's Big Show. We know he's been in the business for years, and it's only his first real world title reign because his first one was 45 seconds. But from the start, such a babyface move. He's meant to be a heel. He's not meant to be doing it. That's the only downfall I can give to that match.
I think that was more personal emotion.
It was more personal, yeah.
But then again, there's the whole disappointment of if Sheamus had won, there was the Dolph Ziggler move.
I was shocked.
I'm happy Dolph Ziggler didn't
Yes,
come down
I
and
know.
run the Big Show, run up the Big Show.
I'm glad Big Show has a title run.
Yeah,
He
but-
deserves it after being in the business for so long. And he's gone up against Sheamus again at Survivor Series, which is brilliant. We get to see these
Once
two.
they bring it like the way they brought it on
Yeah.
a Hell in a Cell.
Once we see these two guys fight again, I'm happy.
In fact,
it's
I'd
going to
be
be fun.
happy to hear the 3 words "fall count anywhere."
Oh,
Just so,
Chris,
just so they, just so they
putting
can
the
make-
ideas in the
just so
heads.
they can bring in that little bit more and bring weapons and more destruction.
No, we don't want weapons because
Smash the Spanish announce table because it has to be done.
we don't want weapons because these two guys are weapons themselves.
Yeah, but have you ever
They're
seen
brutality.
you've seen Big Show with a kendo stick?
Yeah,
It's
but
amazing.
He doesn't need a kendo stick. He has his fist.
He is a kendo stick.
His finisher is the weapon of mass destruction. You know, they're perfect the way they are. Just don't put any gimmicky stuff. Just give it a false count anywhere or something like that. Don't use weapons because just beat each other up again, which is exactly what that match was, which is exactly what it should have been. Best match of the night by a long shot.
Yeah.
The next match was the triple threat for the Divas title, and it's another one I got correct.
The only match tonight that me and you disagreed on.
It was. It was.
I thought Caitlyn would have won it. And
Caitlyn impressed.
She almost did.
Yeah, you knew there was a typical WWE Divas match. You could see the move that was happening before it happened. You know, Caitlyn did show a couple of surprises with the power she had. I didn't realise she was so strong. She was tough. She was good in the match. I enjoyed the match for a Divas match, and Eve picked up the win. I'm very, very happy she picked up the win. Eve is the face of that division, and more power to Eve. She's impressed in every storyline she's been in over the past year, and hopefully she continues and has a long reign as champion.
Even though she's a husky.
I have to say, on Raw, when Zack Ryder came out dressed as a witch, and Teddy Long, he was a segment with Teddy Long, and
Lady Gaga.
Eve came in. It was brilliant, and he was a witch, or she was a witch with a B, as Teddy Long said. It was terrible from Teddy Long, damn PG era, but he said no. Zack Ryder, no, he's not. He is actually Eve, the biggest hoskie of the land.
Broskies before huskies.
Indeed.
We know it.
Woo. But the main event, then, we're into the business end of it now. And the main event,
CM Punk and Ryback is.
it was 11 minutes long.
Really?
It was 11 minutes.
Is that when I fell asleep?
I enjoyed the match. It was good. There was no need for it to be in the Hell in a Cell because it wasn't used much.
There was a few throwing Ryback
throws into
threw
it,
him
yeah.
into once or twice. That was pretty much it.
I mean, the candlestick got taken out. I'm glad that Ryback didn't hit him with the candlestick because he doesn't need
I'm
it.
fairly sure he would have murdered CM Punk if he did.
Yeah, very easily. But I don't know, the match was. We've seen Ryback can do a bit more than what he has been doing.
Punk pushing to the limit. Or
He did. Well, no, he still has more to show. Where Ryback's not proven yet.
No, Ryback really needs a match against Big Show. Or Kane, or...
Yeah, he needs to.
A monster. He has to show that he can topple
and
the
stop
giant.
with the jobbers.
Yeah, he has to be a David in a Goliath match. Which
But that
the
they can't-
only the only possibility that can come true is Big Show. The only guy who is
Brock
bigger,
Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, yeah.
But I don't know,
But he's physically bigger than Brock Lesnar.
he's not. Lesnar has more muscle mass.
No.
We'd have to just Paul Heyman. You can do it. You get him in the ring.
That's all. Guy, come on, you're the creative rabbi.
You can do it.
Make it happen.
We're all Heyman
Lesnar
guys here.
And Ryback, WrestleMania 29.
No. Well, it's going to happen. But I don't think I'd look forward to that match.
I would. Even though it's Lesnar and
Although,
Goldberg too.
I wouldn't. What I think would be great is if he just squashed Lesnar. If he wants to prove his dominance, squash Lesnar at Mania. Lesnar will do it. Lesnar doesn't care about the business. He just wants his money, and he's going to get paid big time to job like that to Ryback. it would be shocking. Everybody would be in awe, and it would be a huge push for Ryback if he can be pushed anymore, Vince.
Again, that shows another vision of how Vince McMahon loves his wrestlers. Big.
Yes. The only thing is we have to see now how Ryback can go on mic. Because today's day in WWE, you're not going to get anywhere if you can't be on the mic.
Yeah, the fans are deciding that they actually want wrestlers and they want speakers.
Yeah.
That's why CM Punk is the best in the world.
He is indeed. And why Jericho was on top of the business for so long.
Yeah.
Why The Rock was there, why Austin was there,
Even-
why Triple H,
even why
Shawn
John Cena
Michaels
was there.
John Cena is still there because he can speak.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he's there, really. He has the physique.
He can never wrestle, let's be honest.
Whoop, a bit of blooper there. Our sign's gone.
And there goes our son.
We'll fix that for the next show. But
That was terribly embarrassing.
It really was.
But back to the match at hand, yeah.
The match, it was good. Heyman was basically Jimmy Hart in the match. He was just screaming through, and you could hear everything he was saying.
Heyman was Heyman in the match.
It was great. Heyman was very entertaining there. Punk got a bit of offense in. Ryback took a bit of damage. The ending. What were you thinking? There should have been a run in. It's the only possible thing I was thinking that could have made it anyway feasibly good.
Cena or
Lesnar or Vince McMahon, Big Show, Mark Henry, somebody, not referees.
Yeah.
A referee low blow to Ryback to end his streak and a fast count. You could basically hear them firing up a taser again.
I mean, you could have at least had a low blow into a GTS.
No, but it was a cheap win. It devalues Punk. It devalues the Reign to an extent. And then for Ryback to go and destroy Punk at the end, up on top of the
I
cell.
was going to be happy to see it. The fact that it went on top of the cell, I was
Yes,
happy.
but why not do it during the match? That's what people want to see. They don't want to be... It was stuck in the cell the whole time. It was disappointing.
Yeah.
They had so much potential, and they failed. Much like the entire pay-per-view, if you round it up.
With the one exclusion of Sheamus and Big Show.
Yeah.
Shocking me saying this about Sheamus.
I know, Sheamus was great in the match. So was Big Show. Thoroughly entertaining. By far the best match of the night. And that's the end of our Hell in a Cell predictions. Georgie, you're on top. You have 5 correct predictions. Congratulations. I'm stuck on 3.
I'm unfortunately on 2. It's disgraceful.
Yes, terrible predictions for us. But we'll be back tomorrow and we'll be talking about Raw and Team Foley against Team Punk. Who will do it? Come on, Punk!
Come on, Foley. Want to share your own personal opinions on Hell in a Cell? Use that the hashtag IEOW or hashtag Chris Sherlock.
Or at Carl Sherlock on Twitter. I'm Carl Sherlock.
I'm Chris Sherlock.
Slán.